MNR, MNS, MNR, MNS. What's the difference? Stick around, we'll talk about it. Everybody, welcome to the DCSI Parts Guys. We're presented by Dealership CSI. We're powered by ESPM. And today we're going to talk about redefining obsolescence. I'm Rick, and here's Jerry. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing today?
Doing real good. Hello, everybody. Glad to be with you again.
Well, Jared, today we're going to have a little first of a couple of different videos on redefining obsolescence. And one of the things that you and I run into all over the place when we talk about what is the real definition of obsolescence, what's the answer, Jared?
Well, the answer is pretty complicated, Rick. Most of the dealer principals, general managers, and a lot of the industry has been focused on M&S for so long that we look at, over 12 months no sale, that's obsolete. Some people start looking at it and say over 9 months no sales, obsolete. But we've got quite a bit of information, and we like to take a look at that a little differently than just looking at months no sale, because it's really not a good, accurate picture of what's obsolete in the inventory. So we want to walk them through that and explain what is a better way to look at it.
Well, and you're right, Jared. When we started Dealership CSI, we started to question everything we knew about professional inventory management. And aging was one of those issues that came up. And as we started to look at how parts behave as they're starting to develop demand and become a part that's showing a failure rate, a part that we should stock, and a part we should sell, we start to back up all of those percentages and statistics, and we can see when parts are no longer moving towards being able to sell. And what we discovered was it's not the old months no sale greater than 12 that everybody's hanging their hat on. So, Jared, let's talk about the difference between MNR and MNS. Why don't you explain that, Jared, on our CDK sheet here?
Well, what we have on the screen here is our management report, the MGR report. And you can see towards the bottom of the screen there that CDK breaks down the inventory movement by sales, and they also break it down by receipts. So in the breakdown of inventory movement by sales, we look at that traditional M&S figure, basically. And you get to that category on the bottom of that grouping there where it says new parts, no sales. Those don't fall into any of the categories above. They're not neatly broken down because they've been on the system for less than 12 months and have never had any activity at all. So they really don't fall into the above category. So it's kind of a little separate category by itself. You look at the over 12 months and you can see it's 0.94%. It gives you a dollar value. It tells you how many part numbers are involved with that and then how many pieces on hand. They break it down real neatly for you there. The section below that is the inventory movement by receipts. So the big difference, Rick, is when did I last sell a part? That's what we call months no sales. The real kicker is the one in the bottom section, which is inventory movement by receipts, which is when did I buy these parts? Traditionally in a car dealership, we always look at aging of inventory as far as new car and used cars as how long has it been here, how long since I bought it. And we kind of want to take a look at the parts inventory the same way. It really doesn't matter how long ago it's been since you sold it, but more importantly, how long ago did you buy this? How long has it been in the building? How long have we had possession of it, and how long ago did we pay for it? That's where our money is, and it really should be a focus of looking at that receipt section more than anything.
Well, and you're right, Jaron. When we look at these two closely, we start to see that the MNS greater than 12 is $4,800, and the MNR greater than 12 is $18,000. So quite a difference. You would think that they'd both be the same, Jer.
Well, in many cases, they're pretty close. In this particular case, obviously, there's quite a bit of discrepancy there. And like you said, almost $19,000 when we look at it by receipt. So that's inventory on hand that I haven't purchased in 12 months. So in other words, it's been 12 months since you bought that $19,000 worth of inventory, Rick.
Well, and that's, to me, the most accurate rendition of aging, because there are some quirks in the system that will affect the MNS big time. So, Jer, if I've got two identical parts on the shelf and my MNS is 23 months and my MNR is 23 months, and I sell one of those parts, what happens to my MNS at that point?
Completely resets the clock, Rick. We can have, like you say, you bought two of these particular parts and you bought it 12 months ago. That's going to stick at that 12 months no receipt. But as soon as I sell one of them, it resets the clock on the months no sale aging category. So it doesn't really make that part any newer, the one that we have left, because we didn't sell it. It doesn't make it any newer. So it's still, looking at months no receipt is an accurate indication of how old is that part. How long has it been here? If we look strictly at months no sales, like I said, it resetted that clock because we sold one of them, but that's not a really good indication. It's still 12 months old. We bought it 12 months ago.
And that's true. And if we're just looking at the measurement by MNS, it's going to say, no, you're in good shape. You're doing a good job. So the other side of the coin, Jer, when we add a brand new part number to the system, we don't buy the part, we don't have anything on hand, we just add a part number, the months no sale counter begins, and it continues to accumulate months no sale, whether we have anything on hand or not. So, Jer, I've got this part number entered into the system 12 months ago, and yesterday I bought the part as a special order and it came into inventory. What's the aging going to look like on that part?
Well, Rick, if you entered that part number into the system 12 months ago, it's instantly 12 months no sale. That's where a lot of parts managers get tripped up, and they have a general manager or dealer principal asking, why is your 12 months no sale this high? Well, it could be something that we just bought. Like you said, we just received it in inventory. I got a transmission, okay? It's been on the system for 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, whatever it is, and now I get a special order. Well, that special order comes through on the 28th of the month, 29th of the month. I don't get that part sold that month. It's going to show on that MGR as being 12 months no sale, even though the part just got received within days, because it's based upon the entry date of the part. And the entry date is when I first added the part number itself, not when I purchased it. But the part number was added to the system, and that's where months no sale aging all relates to.
So if I looked at my MNR, my months no receipt on that part, what would it look like, Jer?
It'd be zero.
It'd be zero. That's exactly right, and that's where we want it, because I don't care about how old the part number is. I care about how old my asset is. And if I'm really looking for an accurate accounting of aging of my assets, I have to look at months no receipt and do away with the months no sale. So, Jer, the CDK system that we're looking at here gives us a real nice breakdown of months no receipt and months no sale. What if I have a Reynolds and Reynolds system?
Reynolds and Reynolds has a setting in their system, Rick, where you can define the age, because they go by age. They call it age. So aging of the parts. There's a setting in the system where you can define that age either by receipt or by sales. And it's almost directly the same as CDK does here on the breakdown on the MGR. They compare both sales and receipts. But On the 2213, on the Reynolds and Reynolds system, there's just strictly a category called age. So one of the settings in the 2320 menu where the setups are, it says, do you want to define age by receipt or by sales? And that's where you would make that change. What I recommend to a lot of people is, you can actually change that setting and rerun the 2213 report to see how much different it is. And that'll give you a good indication. But we definitely recommend aging by receipt and not by sales for all the reasons that we just told you about. It's when did you actually buy the part, not when was the part number entered on the system, not, you bought 2 and you sold 1 this month. That doesn't reset the age on the one that's still on the shelf. So you really want to look at your aging of your inventory by receipts.
So the Reynolds and Reynolds system is only going to show me one number, and it's called age, and it all depends on how I have that set internally, and we need to know what that is. But I would recommend any Reynolds and Reynolds users out there to go in and set that to reflect months no receipt versus months no sale. And you can flip them back and forth and run 2213s before and after and see exactly what the number is. If you're a DealerTrack user, they have a very reliable months no sale number, but their months no receipt is a little tricky to get to. So typically we rely on the months no sale, even though there are some inaccuracies there. The best we can get out of there is the months no sale, and we just kind of have to live with that one. So what we're looking for in our next video here is we're going to talk a little bit about another way to look at obsolescence, and then how can we really define the difference between frozen capital and obsolescence, and how do we determine what we need to send back and what our picture really looks like. So Jared, thanks for joining us on this segment today, and we'll see you guys next time on our next installment on when we start to talk about the rest of this. What do you think, Jared?
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed it, got something out of this, and look forward to talking to you again real soon. Remember, if you have any questions, be sure and let us know. And you can contact us by sending us an email, DCSIpartsguys@gmail.com. Also, you can go to our website, dealershipcsi.com. We've got plenty of information out there for you. So check it out. Give us some likes if you enjoyed the video. If you got something out of it, subscribe to the channel. Look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you, Jared, and thanks everybody for hanging in with us today. So let's go make some money.